Everybody News Channel, it's JB Buno here on WFLA Now. We are looking at a mugshot that really you just got to see to believe. This is a Joker wannabe arrested in St. Petersburg, Florida. You can see this is just one of the more strange mugshots that you'll see pop up in an arrest report. This is the arrest of 30-year-old Lawrence Sullivan of Gulfport, Florida, Pinellas County. Having the arrest here on a warrant, on an outstanding warrant out of Miami-Dade County. The arrest being made this morning, 11:10 a.m. on 525 Mirror Lake Drive North. This is a mugshot that it's just wow. It's just not a mugshot that you normally see. I mean, we're talking about a lot of facial tattoos and a lot of iconography for the Joker character from the Batman series. So if you're familiar with the Joker, I think a lot of people are, especially the more recent iteration from Heath Ledger's Joker. I think that's kind of what we're looking at here. You're looking at the green hair. You're looking at the Batman symbol. I think that's actually the Batman from I think it's Michael Keaton and Tim Burton's Batman symbol. That's the one on his forehead that you see it there. And then I think that's his Joker. And then you see a couple of different cross symbols across his face as well as the marks on the cheek there. That's supposed to mimic Heath Ledger's Joker, I believe. That's what it looks like. That's what it appears like. But you're looking at a guy who has been arrested before in Florida. He's had arrests, I believe, in South Florida, in Miami-Dade County. But this is now his most recent arrest, and this one coming out of St. Pete. Again, if you're just joining us, I know we're introducing a whole new audience here. I'm JB Buno in the Tampa News Center here on WFLA Now, and we're talking about this mugshot that literally just came in. We've been talking about it here in the newsroom. It came in about 20 minutes ago. We just wanted to show it to you guys because it's not the more normal mugshot that we would see on an arrest report. It's one of those mugshots that you see and your eyebrows just go up like this. It's really eye-popping for sure. And again, this is Lawrence P. Sullivan, 1988. He had an outstanding warrant for carrying a concealed firearm out of Miami-Dade County, and he was picked up. He's 5'1", 150 pounds. I think that they listed his hair as green. I think, if this is correct in the actual report. Wow. So for the hair color, did you see this in the arrest report? So in the hair color, they didn't actually, I don't think they have a selection for green, so they do XXX on the arrest report. They didn't know what to fill out. Right. Well, it's green on top, and then it's like dark on the side. I guess.
Too much time in the pool.
Just crazy. Blue eyes, medium skin fairness, and scars, marks, tattoos is marked as Joker face tattoo. His address on Newton Avenue in Gulfport, Florida, but he was arrested in St. Pete on Mirror Lake Drive because authorities finding that he had an outstanding warrant out of Miami-Dade County. He was actually arrested yesterday, November 13th. No bond on the arrest. So if you're just joining us here on Facebook, we're looking at this we just got this into the newsroom here. We just want to throw this up on Facebook Live for you guys because it's just one of those really different mugshots. Not a mugshot that you would normally see on an arrest report. He looks really angry, doesn't he? In the actual mugshot here, that's not a smile, folks. He looks very quite angry. He doesn't appear to be having a good day, so to speak. Not that you see too many people smiling in their mugshots, but this is one where he certainly has an angry look on his face. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, I'm reading just through some of the comments here. These are not, people are talking about, you can't leave those 30-year-olds alone with Sharpies. These are not Sharpies. These are permanent tattoos. And you're looking at them. I mean, he blacks out his eyes. He's got the facial scars, the mimic facial scars that go all the way up towards each ear. I mean, most of his face, if not just about all of it, is really tatted up. So this is somebody who looks like he's, trying to mimic the Joker from the Batman series. Again, I'm trying to, everybody, if you bear with me here for just a second. trying to get some more close-ups here so we can talk a little bit about what we're seeing. There we go. So this is Lawrence Sullivan, if you're just joining us here on Facebook, and he was arrested. He did not have a weapon on him, according to the arrest report. So they X'd out no on the weapon seized section, which means that he was not, and they did not find him to be under the influence of any kind of drugs. That was also marked on the arrest report, as well as no on an indication of mental health issues. So no on a weapon, no on drug influence, no on mental health issues, and no on the indication of alcohol influence, meaning that the arrest was just made just on the outstanding warrant for carrying a concealed firearm out of Miami-Dade County, and the arrest was on Mirror Lake Drive in St. Pete yesterday morning. Again, Lawrence P. Sullivan, male, listed as white, 5'1", 150 pounds. They did not mark his hair color. They didn't know what to mark for his hair color, or maybe they just couldn't. They couldn't mark his hair color. But we're talking about the rest of it here is blue eyes, medium fairness skin, and then also Joker face tattoos, obviously. He does have U.S. citizenship, so he is a U.S. citizen, as is listed here, and he was not given bond. So if you're just joining us here on Facebook, this is yeah, I'm seeing you guys, all the Batman memes and emojis coming through here, but Ephraim saying Florida can't catch a break when it comes to these people. This is somebody who has been arrested before. He's been arrested elsewhere in Florida, in South Florida, and now he's being arrested here in St. Pete. Reading through some other comments here. Stephanie says, I saw him a couple of weeks ago. I took a triple look. Scary. So I'm wondering if maybe you saw him in St. Pete. Christina says, what? No mental health issues? Come on, look at him. I just to throw it out there, facial tattoos are not an indication of any kind of mental health. Can't judge a book by its cover, so to speak. But yes, they did mark on the arrest report that he was not to be found with any indication of mental health issues at the time of the arrest. They marked these things on the arrest here in the state of Florida. And of the 4 things that they marked here on the arrest report, he did not have a weapon. He did not appear to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and then he was not appearing to be acting erratically that would cause an arresting officer or deputy to mark him as having mental health issues. Lilo asking, why was he arrested? He was arrested on an outstanding warrant. So, I mean, outstanding warrants, if an arresting deputy recognizes a face for somebody who has an outstanding warrant, and this is one of those faces, I think it's pretty fair to say that you're going to remember, if you're a deputy or if you're an officer and you know that these are the array of people that are being sought after for outstanding warrants, this is one mugshot that I think is going to stick with you, and you're going to remember if you see that person. And whoever it was, the arresting officer or deputy, may have either recognized it or may have just came across Mr. Sullivan here and ran his record and found out that he was out there on an outstanding warrant, and that there was a mandate for his arrest out of Miami-Dade County, and then that they acted on it. Looking through some more comments here, yeah, Jordan saying it was an outstanding warrant. Pam saying maybe it's magic marker. No, they noted in the arrest report that it was a tattoo. They usually in an arrest report they would say otherwise, but this is a man who's been arrested before, and I believe in other mugshots he has the same tattoos, the same marks on his face. So. Scotty asking, what does he do for work? I don't know what he does for work. Yeah, Zachary saying he was on the news a few years ago. You might have seen him, on the news in South Florida. Crystal asking, what was his warrant for? It was for carrying a concealed firearm. Tammy saying he's been around for a while now. Yeah, I agree. I think that we've seen this mugshot before. Josh with the movie quote, why so serious in the mugshot? Again, I'm repeating a lot of this information because how it works on Facebook, everybody, is people are maybe just now scrolling through their phones and they're just now seeing this and they're just like, wow, what is happening? I'm JB Buno here with WFLA Now. We're on Facebook Live because in the last 40 minutes or so, we just got in this mugshot from Pinellas County, Florida, St. Pete. Lawrence Sullivan, a 30-year-old, arrested on an outstanding warrant out of Miami-Dade County. That warrant for carrying a concealed firearm. He was not issued bond. He was arrested yesterday on Mirror Lake Drive, again in St. Pete. And again, if you're just joining us, we're just looking at the mugshot here because we see a lot of mugshots in the newsroom, and this is just kind of one that stands out. I think that everybody in this Facebook Live would agree that this is a mugshot that definitely gets your attention. So again, I'm just reading through some of the comments here, and a lot of the comments, I'm not going to read all the ones that are to this vein, but a lot of you are saying, oh, Florida, welcome to Florida, oh, so Florida, this is what happens in Florida. And yeah, I see dozens of those comments. So yes, this happened in Florida. This is a guy who is a Florida resident, Gulfport resident, and he was arrested in St. Pete. Again, reading through some of the comments here.
Yeah. The police have, for the most part, these guys just haven't.
Yeah, a lot of you are talking about the different tattoos that he has on his face. So under his right eye, there's the Ha, the HA, which if you've ever read a Batman comic, or if you've ever read like a Batman or Joker graphic novel, and I've read a couple of them. The Joker is known for writing "ha ha" in a lot of the places where he's been. He'll write it on the wall or leave notes for Batman. So there's that. There is obviously we're talking about the blacked out eyes. We're talking about two crosses that I see. We're talking about crosses on one under the eye and then an upside down cross between the eyes. He's got the J for Joker. And the letters for Joker, and then he also has the Batman symbol with something going through the Batman symbol on his forehead. Again, if you're just joining us and you didn't hear me break down the arrest report earlier, they on the arrest report, I'm looking at it right here, they put XXX in the section for hair. They didn't know what to put for hair. We're talking about green hair on top, and we're talking about darker hair on the side. So yeah, and I'll give you guys kind of like a full screen view here. But there's just some of the, it looks, okay, I think it's a knife. I believe it's a knife that's going through, if you look closely there, it's a knife that's going through the, the center of the Batman symbol, so. Alan saying this is a big joke, isn't it? Yeah, it's not a joke. He was arrested on an outstanding warrant.
45 minutes, I mean, I can go for it.
Are people asking, are those real tattoos? These are believed to be real tattoos. Yes, permanent tattoos. He's been arrested before. But anyway, everybody, we need to get going here. We got other stuff to handle. We just wanted to share this mugshot with you guys because, again, it's just not an ordinary mugshot. It's definitely a mugshot that it'll just raise an eyebrow. It's not the typical mugshot. And again, there were some people in the comments saying, or one woman saying that she had seen this man on the streets and was just kind of like a little bit taken aback because this is somebody who is portraying a character known for mass crimes. And I think that that's why, I mean, you remember the Aurora, Colorado shooting was done by a man who was dressed as the Joker. And this is a character, again, in comic book lore that is known for, you know, killing without any regard for life. So it's just a little bit jarring to see a mugshot like this. It's jarring if you're seeing this person walking down the street, just because of all the tattoos, and then again bearing that resemblance to a character known for doing such, you know, villainous crimes. So to everybody out there, we have a whole lot more coming up on the news tonight on News Channel 8 at, starting with first at 4. We have our 5 and 6 o'clock newscast as well. We have a whole lot coming up over the course of the day, but we just wanted to bring you this story because, again, it's just one of those ones that we know that tons of you are sharing on social media, and we just wanted to talk a little bit about it and let you know what the details were on the arrest of Lawrence Sullivan, 30 years old, of Gulfport, Florida. I'm JB Bune, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the news tonight.